Hi, my name is Larry Jordan and welcome to another Sonicfire Pro 5 tutorial. In this video, I want to show you how to use the Final Cut Pro plugin with the scoring edition of Sonicfire Pro 5. This plugin is an add-on to Sonicfire Pro and works with both Final Cut Pro 6 and Final Cut Pro 7. As editors, we really have two choices when it comes to working with music. The first is to decide what music we want to use before we edit, or to decide what music we want to use after we edit. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to score music after the video editing is complete. Here's an outline of what we're going to do. First, we'll create a project inside Final Cut and indicate where we want the music to change using scoring markers. Then we'll import the file into the Sonicfire Pro timeline. Using the markers as guides, we'll tweak the music as necessary to get it to sound the way that we want. Then we'll send the file back to Final Cut, and if we need to make revisions, we'll use Open an Editor to tweak the music. The process can be amazingly fast and very powerful. Let me show you how it works. I've created a project, and if we go back to the start of the timeline by pressing the Home key and hit the spacebar, we start with the logo, which has no sound whatsoever. Then we go to a talking head testimonial.
This year was the first year that the U.S. team won a gold medal, and 4 out of the 5 members were all brought up using the wake tricks method.
Then we go into action footage, which we want to make as dramatic and exciting as possible. And then finally, toward the end, we have the logo that comes back again. The entire video runs about 43 seconds. So the first thing that we want to do is to indicate these different breaks, which I've done here using scoring markers. Now, scoring markers exist in both Final Cut 6 and Final Cut 7, and you place a marker by putting your playhead where you want a marker to appear, type the letter M a second time. This opens up the Edit Marker dialog. Scoring markers are added by clicking down here on the Scoring Marker button. When you're happy with the marker, and you can name it if you wish, then click OK. Because I've already added my markers, I'm going to cancel. By the way, an interesting keyboard shortcut in Final Cut 7, if you put your playhead where you want the marker to be, hold the Shift key down, hold the Option key down, and type the number 2, Shift Option 2, it automatically creates a gold marker and at the same time opens the Edit Marker dialog box. Now you'll still need to click the Scoring Marker button, but this is a fast keyboard way to create the marker at the position of the playhead that's already flagged the color that you want. Another feature that's new with Final Cut 7 is if you have a marker, and I've got 2 of them, that you don't want, hold the Command key down and simply Command drag the marker off the timeline to delete it. So we've got 5 markers here indicating the 4 scenes of our video: opening animation, talking head, action, and closing logo animation. Let's switch over to Sonicfire Pro and show you the next step. Inside Sonicfire, what I did first is to create a new project by going up to the File menu and selecting New Project. Once the project is created, go down to Import from Final Cut Pro. This opens up a dialog saying, these are the different projects that you've got open currently inside Final Cut, and I only have 1, but I have 2 different sequences. Which sequence do you want to import? Well, I want to import the sequence called Needs Music. I can bring in all the different markers that I want, but because I've flagged the position of my music using scoring markers, those are the only ones that I'll import. And I'm going to have a reference video imported at the same time by clicking Choose, going to the Sonicfire folder. There's my video. Click Import, and this will bring in the video into this window while the audio is brought into here. When I click OK, watch what happens. Go. Now it's brought in my markers, and it's linked it to the movie. If we play this, in fact, there's our video. In fact, let's grab the scale slider and drag this so we can give ourselves some room to work, and we can see there's our opening logo, our testimonial, the action starting, the logo starting, and the end of the video. Now that we've got the video brought in and the markers are brought in, we need to start adding some music. Well, to do that, we go up to the Window menu, go down to Express Track. This is our music selection tool. And we have lots and lots of different styles of music to choose from, not only those that are installed on our own system that we've purchased, but we also have access to the Smart Sound Store, which gives us the ability to do audition and download additional clips that we have not yet installed on our system. In my case, though, I've got a fair number of clips to work with, so I'm going to select a keyword category called action. And I want to have it be reasonably intense. So I'm going to do a 2-level search. First for all clips which have action, and then stuff that's pretty intense. The most intense is 5, but my heart can't take that. I'll keep it to 4. I've done some screening as I was rehearsing, and I've picked 3 just to use for samples. Dirt Beat is one of them. When we click the right pointing arrow, it'll automatically audition the music and play the video at the same time. Okay, now don't worry about the balance at this point. What you're really doing is trying to figure out what style of music or what specific clip of music works best with your video. Well, that's got some strength to it, got some dynamic and some action. Let's see if we have another choice. Here's one. It's a little bit different. It's called Final Prep. It takes a lighter approach to the action.
This year was the first year that the U.S. team won a gold medal, and 4 out of the 5 members were all brought up using the wake tricks method.
Well, that's not bad. It has sort of a understated approach but a strong beat. Let's try something which is a bit more in your face. We'll try Seismic Manifest.
This year was the first year that the U.S. team won a gold medal.
Well, that clearly has got both drive and an edginess to it that I think fits in with the Wake Tricks style of near-death defying water stunts. So let's work with Seismic Manifest. To add it to our timeline, we click the Insert button, and we'll now close this window. And here's our music laid out to the timeline. But it has a default length of 30 seconds, and my video runs 43. For those of you that have had to laboriously cut music to fit the time that you need, you'll love this next trick. Grab the right edge of the music and drag it to the length that you want and let go, and poof, the music has now that quickly been retimed to fit your video. But we have not yet synced the themes of the music, the various transitions, to match the video transition that our markers indicate. To do that, we're going to add some special kind of keyframes. I'm going to put the playhead at the marker and click this diamond here. This gives me a chance to put a keyframe in so I can transition from one style of music to another. SmartSound calls this mood mapping. I call it being able to change the instrumentation of a track. You'll see more of this in just a second. Let's move to the next marker, and we'll add a keyframe. We'll move to the next marker and add a keyframe, and we've already got keyframes at the beginning and the end.